What's going on, everyone? I'm Guy, this is Idle Wave, and today I have the pleasure of showing you behind the scenes of the Wild Eyes living room session. So I was in between, like, should I make a music video for this song, or should I do a performance, or what should I do to promote this song? So I got to do something. I can't just put artwork out there. I mean, I could, hopefully, right? Does that work? Is that cool if I just drop artwork from now on? But because this is my first fully independent release, I did want to kind of do it up a little better. And so I was like, hey, I have stems from the track I made, so why not just kind of do a live session in my living room with all that going on? So here I have in Logic pretty much what I was listening to through that whole thing. I talked about in the original breakdown video there being a drum beat behind the whole song, so grand reveal. Nice little simple drum beat, and I like this better than a click track just to go through, and it's got like a feel to it. And you know, it drives it, but like a little too boring to be in the actual song. Like if the drum was just like this, it's kind of like, I don't even know, but it does work rhythmically, weirdly enough. So we still have the backwards tape sound from the original recording, which is kind of neat. Everything sounds slightly different than there's the original recording, and then there's my mix of it, and then there's this. Because I pretty much took the same kind of concept of starting a mix where you just you import all the tracks into a new file, organize them back to what it was, and I didn't really do exactly the same kind of processing on everything, but I think that led to it being a little creatively different and it giving more of a live session feel with the track. But this is cool, this stuff's still buried in there. But I think it's a little louder in this mix with the Wurlitzer than in the actual song. Everything was kind of mixed a little more on the treble side with this. But again, I think because I know I like to watch YouTube through like big speakers, but a lot of people watch it through their TV or their phone. But one of the best tests for this was trying it out through my car speakers. I was like, okay, the mix was like pretty good. There's an interesting, just the whole, I think on the stereo out, yeah, I have a whole, like I have some EQ going on to enhance the mix, and then I have some pretty cool compression on this just to kind of keep everything together. I mean, without both of these, it kind of sounds like it sounds good, but throwing these on, there's more oomph. The bass has more dynamic range. It's just like way more powerful. So here's another before compression and after. Yeah, just brought everything up in a very, very nice articulated way. And so I had two mics going on. So here's from take one, but from take two, there's the mic that you see me singing into, and then in the back of the room there's a room mic, just so I could isolate this like tone for the second verse. I feel like the juxtaposition came out pretty cool. So this being the first verse mic. And everybody wants to be their own guide. Nobody wants to do right by me. Pretty good for a take in my like living room. Now there is some processing on here. We got channel EQ. I was playing with pitch corrector, but what ended up happening, listen to the acoustic on this. Be their own guide. Nobody wants to do right by me. kind of a vibe by itself, but the two of it together is just kind of clashy. But giving a little idea for later of what to pitch correct an acoustic guitar for might be sick. So I threw that off. We got a de-esser for the vocal, 2 BQ. I got a couple compressors going on. Yeah, just leveling out everything. I got some J37, some fresh air on this guy, and then I got some Space Designer, some tape delay, just kind of rounding out this whole thing. The performance sounds solid without. Just going back to this part. Good to have him. Nobody wants to die. But with everything, it comes together like this. And everybody wants to. Good to have him. Nobody wants to die. For the room mic, there's also a bit of processing on it, but it did come out rather good. I knew I couldn't do the pitch correction on this guy. Wild eyes, wherever you go, I'll be there, chasing a hope with a silver string, and in my pocket, I'll let you go and turn to gold. I thought it was an interesting I mean, so obviously the room mic, I sang it so it sounds farther, but adding some delay and reverb to it also just to kind of level everything out and be a little dramatic with it too, because it's really interesting just hearing this, but then also watching it in context. I've learned doing live sessions over the years, things before context are interesting. It's kind of a gamble to the listener, but once you see it in real time, it's a totally different thing. It just makes more sense because you're like invested in it in a different way. You're very, especially if you recorded it, you're very hypercritical of your performance just listening to it and like examining it through a magnifying glass, but put it together with the video. It's like, all right, cool, this is what it sounds like. And I didn't do too terrible a job, but everything and everybody wants to came together really nice. And then that end part, I really just went full room mic for this guy. Just got very spacious with the vocals and wanted to get a little Tom York on everything, just kind of have these consistent noises and melodies and occupy that floaty space going on. So there it is, how I pretty much put together a little session in my living room and mixed it all and threw it all together. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But if you did see it and you were interested in watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and kind of working your way into my brain and seeing how everything works. If you have any questions, always feel free to hit me up on TikTok or YouTube, or you could email me, whatever you want. And I'm very excited to work on new music and present it to you. So have a good one.